Alright, so we are back. Guess it's about time to finish these up, and I didn't even know while I was out. This is again something, I've been paying attention to it, but I've been out farming all day. But this is why the auto capture feature is, while it's convenient, this is something you can miss. Not like this is gonna happen all the time, but this is one of those that if it stacks up, something you could miss. But I didn't even know I had a caught a water mara that was a variant for that. So just again, that's something to keep looking out for while you're out there. Another thing I have already reported, but it seems the auto capture is still bugged in the sense that it has, I don't know, I still have to, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, in the way that you'll set it and it will work fine, but after it captures something, it's like it forgets that it's on auto capture, so the game stops. So you have to hit play again, and just recheck the box to say, hey, capture these Astromon. So I've already reported that. I haven't seen if that's the problem here on the on Android on like the PC with the emulator, but definitely on my iPad it has been that way. But let's take a look at everything we've caught here. So we were still in Star Sanctuary here, so a bunch more of Anubises and just a bunch of 2-star variants. So why don't let's clean house a little bit. So let's put all the 4 stars in here really quickly. We're gonna knock out the dailies, and then again, one thing, if you guys, if you're that interested, you've been sticking around with Monster Super League and things like that, definitely keep up with their Facebook page. You don't have to go there. Actually, I don't even care to keep these ones. You don't have to, go there every day. They do post stuff and information and whatnot, but you definitely don't have to go on there and check something every single day. However, towards either the beginning of the month, either the first week or the second week, usually, but always the third week in the month, do they actually like announce stuff and things I would say that are important to the game go on there. So make sure that you guys go check that out, because they also gave a little bit more information about the update coming out for this month, and we're going to cover that here at the end. Kind of excited, but also it's been a long time coming with something they've been planning, but it's something with like super evolution materials and whatnot. But we'll talk about that once we get there. So we get that in there. That's done. So we really only have what? Starstone, Element, and Fight, because we are out capturing all day. So but yeah, we were good. So got out of Star Sanctuary. I'm working on these. We were at I think we are at 27, so not bad to get this up. This should be done and ready to go, and then we got a couple hours before I get the next one. So that is what I've been doing in my free time with this. So got another summoning ticket here. So again, we're just going to keep saving up. We're going to make a big ol' haul unless there's something new and exciting that ends up coming out here in the next couple weeks. I do have Water Victoria. I don't have you. I like to keep that all either 30 or 0 or 50, whichever it is on that. So, all right, let's go get these done. And like I said, I'll cover what they announced here at the end. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, that's good. But it's been kind of weird. The place, like, over the past couple days, and I'll have to check my stats, because again, I talked about it yesterday. It's I don't capture any of the rares, but I have just seen so many Astromon pop up. Again, paying on and off attention. It is, like I said, my tablet's next to me, but it's not something I'm like actively watching, But I've seen so many rares pop up on my screen, and I'm just kind of like, what's going on? And it's not like I'm clearing super, super fast. I'm still using, I swap my team in and out just because, for fun. And so I'm not clearing super fast. That would necessarily, get me, Astromon per hour or something like that. But it's been quite a lot, and that's why even when we just look through what I've what I've been farming coming from the end of Star Sanctuary over to the falls, that I'm still kind of shocked a little bit at how many Astromon that I've actually seen and captured. So one thing I do want to check is I'll go over and show it, but that's where you get the rewards for what you capture each week. And again, haven't been capturing the rares, which won't go towards will obviously not count towards my total, but I'd rather have the high super evolution material than actually catching the rares, because as you guys see, I have so many. You acquire so many S rares over the time of doing this that, to be honest, if you farmed legitimately, really, I guess we'll do this one too. Like if you farmed legitimately, 8 hours a day all month, and again, I'm just throwing that out there. You would the amount of 3 stars that you would amass, and then when you get to the point that I am on my account, where we really need them to shuffle in some of the older Astromon, not just for myself, but like for some of the newer players, so they can start. They can get the Astro Guide filled out on that. Like for me, one Astromon that I still haven't, gotten filled out is Medusa. Medusa is an original Astromon in this game, so like I've been waiting. I think there's been one Rebirth Festival, and I missed that one for her, and I think that was actually like 3 years ago now. So that I agree with some of the comments I have seen on 100% on Facebook, where it's like, can we get some variety, more like different variety with the Rebirth Festivals? And again, I've talked about that in the past. It's definitely, that is something I think they need to improve on. And hopefully we kind of see that going forward. Is maybe, I mean, we get content updates every month. So it's not like the game isn't being worked on, but the amount of Astromon, like I said, that are getting overlooked and not like being added to a rotation. Because I'll be honest, I realize like Baby Shark, for instance, for a capture festival is, unique to Smart Study. That is their IP and whatnot. But did we really need another one of it? Like, we've got certain Astromon that are like yearly occurrences for a reason. I get that, holidays and things of that nature, but to me, again, Baby Shark isn't exactly a selling point for Monster Super League for some of the people who play this game. So it is just like, can we just get something that's unique and that we haven't seen? Because again, and I've pointed this one out, we haven't seen the Slime Astromon since January, I think, of 2018. Yeah, I think that's when that came out. So like that's another Astromon, and maybe we've seen him twice, but you can forgive me. That's 3+ years ago. Every month, I don't remember what every capture festival is. I have a good memory, but it's one of those things where we haven't seen that Astromon in a capture festival in years. Let's see. We got specialties on 3 stars, so let's go. I don't really feel like regemming for like my water Mona and bringing her in here for this, or Dark Mona's a Nat 4, so she wouldn't matter. But we are gonna do that. Ouch. We're gonna do this to that. Well, we got the defense down, but hopefully she lives. Well, she did. That sap's not gonna do much. Get defense down. I think I'll have Hana take you out. Fenrir take you, and neither of you scare me, so yeah. And I say that, and just watched a recovery Astromon. But she does get the boost for the 3-star stuff, so it's still funny though to watch that. All right. Grab all of these. All right, there we go. We should be good to go on that. So, with that said, let's transition over to my other screen here. So we've got this is definitely the I've just saved the notes, but these just came out a couple, well, I guess 10 hours ago or something like that. And whatnot. But here's what we can expect with the September update. Now, this is where, again, this is really cool. It was only a matter of time. I think they were going to end up doing this. But Ultimate Evolution, and you can see, and people who noticed it, I noticed it as well. I just didn't say anything because I didn't want to put out, rumors or speculation or whatnot. But there were posts on there. If you guys look at the login screen, you'll notice that there's only one non-super evolved or an ultimate evolution on that screen, and that's I forget his name. It's the bug Astromon, but Miho's in her super evolution. You have Bolt in his super evolution, and then you see both Arthur there on the picture and Persephone, and they're not drawn the same way that they are before. They're in these forms. So there was somebody who noticed that before, and I took notice of it as well. But again, I didn't want to put anything out there. But they're going to be getting these evolutions, which is going to be really interesting. Now, one thing to note on here is let me just make sure I'm looking at this right, is looking at this stuff here with the exclusive trinkets, whether or not these trinkets are what actually make them super evolved. And this kind of scares me. And the only reason why I say it scares me is because if we scroll down here with the trinket system, we'll talk about that here. But overall, looking at how these two look in game right now, because we got the 3D models, and this is not. So this is deliberate after the shenanigans going on with the skin color of Astromon. So again, what it looks like drawn, and you guys hear me say this all the time with Super Evolutions. I'm like, the artwork looks cool, but artwork versus the way it looks 3D modeled and whatnot with the lighting and the game engine, it doesn't always look the same. So you can see they deliberately gave us a good little picture on here. And what do we got? No, let's search. Do I got my? It's probably on here. But anyway, they look really good. Both designs actually look really cool. Arthur looks really good, and Persephone, I really like how she looks. So how the colors, hopefully with the different colors, with the different elements, we'll see how it looks. Because if I have to use Super Evolution Stones, I might forego and just keep my 30 Super Evolution Stones, because you might need that on top of something with these trinkets. But regardless, they look really good, so I'm excited to see this at the end of the month. But let's talk about this. It says improvement of the trinket system. So crafting trinket system and anvil will be removed, and now trinkets can be crafted through the expedition instead. Trinkets, crafting, expedition items, etc. that cannot be used due to the deletion of the anvil will be converted into trinket summoning tickets. Unused tickets can be divided, and items obtained through division can be used for purchasing products in the division shop. Trinkets upgrades now can be done using gold with probability rates just like gem upgrades. So that's very interesting because of how the trinkets go. So once again, I've talked about this in the past. The trinkets in Monster Super League they're not groundbreaking, right? When they were introduced, it was cool, right? They do add stats, don't get me wrong, right? You get your health, but the problem I have with the trinkets is they're not much of an impact, right? When we're talking PvP, for instance, having once it's fully upgraded, I think it's like 3,000 more health. That doesn't do a lot. And again, I'm spitballing. We could actually, you know what? Why don't we do this? Let's jump back into the game here and actually go over. And who actually do I have trinkets that I cared about? That's a question. So even here, right? So like plus 13 and plus a flat 5,817. Who is this on? This is on my water Victoria, right? I'm already using attack percent, and I believe one crit rate. Yeah. So she's got nothing in health. I don't care about her survivability, right? And while this helps, don't get me wrong, this adds that 5,800 to this 7 to the other 2 grand getting from something here. Puts her in the over 30,000 health. it does help. But it's one thing is, to me, is if you're going to add something to the game, I'm not saying it needs to be groundbreaking, but it's just this system didn't wow me from the start. And so the same thing I say about this, like flat attack. What do you guys hear me say all the time with gems, okay? When we come into gems, when I'm selling gems, right? When you guys see me go through my recent gems, and I'm like, all right, was this, you don't see, what's the one common thing you see from all these gems I'm clicking on? None of them. You do not keep any flat gems. All of these are percent based, every single one of them. You guys never should be keeping flat gems. And the problem I have with these trinkets is, what are they? They're just flat stats, which just don't help you. And to go further into that really quickly, just to point out, once again, we are dealing with Astromon that are 2 times our level. 130, is now what's some of the Astromon we have to fight, right? I'm sorry, plus 441 attack on a plus 15. I realize this is a 4-star. Obviously, again, these things don't impact your Astromon, right? This attack power does not make or break my Water Victoria's attack power. This does not put her into another category, right? And it never will. It will never put her in this, oh my god, if I have 11,000 attack instead of 10,500, I'm just gonna do. No, you're not. That plus 500 attack, even on an attacking Astromon, doesn't mean jack diddly squat, especially when you're attacking something that's level 130. So the trinket system, in my opinion here, the only good trinkets here is this, right? This is a percent based, because it's crit resistance. This is a good trinket, right? But the other two, even with the bottom stats here, like, they're all, like, yes, they can be the percent based, and yes, this is getting great crit damage, right? But I just wish that these were not here, and that's the kind of change that I kind of wanted with trinkets, to be perfectly honest, So the system, will have to see how if this does change anything with, like, trinkets, substats and things like that. But again, you guys, from me, and I'm a casual player, and my opinion is not law. Please don't take it as such. It's just, again, as I've been running this since it came out, and it's been just meh since the beginning. So those trinkets, unless they start changing them to actually be basically another set on there, is good. Now, this is my concern though, okay, is these exclusive trinkets. A stepping stone for Ultimate Evolution Astromon exclusive equipment will be added. If you collect all the exclusive sets and equip them to a specific Astromon, you can achieve the Ultimate Evolution. In particular, Arthur's equipment was made available to anyone through the new guide quest, right? So, like, this is the thing. You're gonna be running these trinkets, and I have a very scared. I'm scared that this is gonna be a random chance out there in the expeditions to find this gear, to which then you're gonna have to spend, materials, whatever, to level it up. But my problem is it's going to be random, and we have no control over how we get them, right? For instance, we can farm super evolution materials, right? You have control over that. You just have to dedicate the time. And that's still in your control. This, letting the game, do the expedition for 8 hours and then be like, oh, did I get it today? Nope. No, that is not fun. That's not going to be an entertaining system, in my opinion. So I'm kind of scared that's how this is going to be. But let's double check here. It's still weird. It says, in particular, Arthur's exclusive equipment was made available to anyone through the new guide quest. So we'll see. We'll see. That's my opinion on that. So we'll move on. Here, we've got Mini Eve. So here's our little snippet of our festival for our anniversary Astromon that we always get. And we already knew this before they'd started doing the transfer of the service and whatnot. If you went on to going on to Facebook, you would see the little picture they put up. You knew Eve was coming in. Again, the artwork versus what this looks like in game. This looks like maybe her first form. So cute as a button. I love it. Definitely have to wait and see how it's going to come out. It's gonna be good. So we'll wait to see. I don't know if it's gonna be a capture festival or not, but you guys, bet your bottom dollar if it's a capture festival, we'll be out there. You guys will actually see me go out and actually participate in the capture festival for once. So, but look forward to that. That one's gonna be cute and good for the end of the month. So we'll have to wait. The Nala costume is coming out, so 5th anniversary costume, so we'll get one of these for free, which will be neat. We're getting some Mona emotes in chat, which is cute. That's just, I guess, more things if you're into the chat, the game and whatnot. We've got there, and then again, they talk about the colors here. And then the last little bit, you guys can pause the video and read this. This kind of just, saying thank you to everyone and whatnot. But the only last little bit I wanna talk about here with this is just, again, remember with them, it is patience with them. They can't do everything, obviously, going forward, and even some of the stuff, like, for me, the auto capturing thing with me, like having to redo that needs to be a priority, because that's interfering more with the game. Adjusting the colors for an Astromon is not, it doesn't take any much of a priority than something, again, being wrong with the game and whatnot. So we don't need necessarily, rewards for everything, but at the same time, just have patience, especially with them transitioning this and getting it back in their hands and not having to deal with a publisher. And we should be good to go. So we'll see. Hopefully, once this comes out, it'll be. Let me look at a calendar real quick. Oh wow, it'll probably be either next week or definitely on the 30th. I don't think it'll be on the 30th of September. I'm gonna assume next Thursday actually will be the date that they release all this stuff. So anyway, I've rambled long enough, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in tomorrow's dailies.